Hello, Abraham. How will I separate good vibration, peace, and good times from laziness or hustling for business work? I love my business, but hustling too much work gives me anxiety, and I don't enjoy it anymore. I want to do business with passion and ease. Is that possible? Business gurus say otherwise. So I feel guilty that I'm lazy and therefore my business is not taking flight. But instead, should I do hard work? I'm confused about the present and about the future. Should I enjoy life more now, sort of in the lazy way, or should I do all the anxiety and hard work so that I can enjoy life more tomorrow? We would like to give some different words to replace your words of laziness or hustling for work. Instead of laziness, we would call it ease or flow. And instead of hustling for work, we would call it focused or decided. Life is always about a sort of ebb and flow. You really do not want to ramp yourself up to a sort of passionate place where you're going, nor do you want to be in a position of so much ease that you don't really get any momentum going. It's interesting as humans. You find yourself sometimes too busy and overwhelmed, and so you want to back off, and you do. And then you find yourself sort of bored or feeling uninspired, and so then you want to speed up. And we want you to realize that that ebb and flow is a natural thing. If we were standing in your physical shoes, we would acknowledge that you don't want to go, and you don't want to stop. You want this inspired movement. And inspired movement really requires getting out ahead of it. In other words, not beating up on yourself and not calling yourself names like lazy, or not hustling for work in the sense that you're trying to make it happen through your action. And we can feel that you feel a sort of complication in all of this. There are so many people, as you said, gurus, who would say otherwise, who are wanting to guide you to more activity or motivate you, so to speak. And if you've been listening to us for a while, you know that we are not encouragers of motivating yourself. We would far rather that you feel inspired to whatever it is that your action or activity is about. And so the most important thing is to, as we've been saying for a while, get out ahead of it. And by that we mean do something to get your vibration in a place that you are in the receiving mode. In other words, nothing matters more than the way you feel. If you feel lazy, you're not going to be in the receiving mode. That judgment doesn't let you go there. And if you feel like you're hustling for work and worried about being overwhelmed, then you're not in the receiving mode either. So it's not an easy thing for the things you want to come to you if you are in either one of those positions. Instead, what we're encouraging you to do is be nicer to yourself and acknowledge that you are attracting what you want to you, and it is coming. And because you've been wanting it for a while, it is in a vibrational state of being. It's in what you know we've been calling your vortex. It is coming to you. In fact, you have already attracted it. And so now your work is to put yourself in the emotional position, in the vibrational position, in the point of attraction position of letting it in, which means taking action when you feel like taking action. Play with it for a little while, and you will begin to discover that it doesn't require a lot of hard work, and it doesn't require a lot of action. When you tune in and you allow yourself to receive the inspiration, now you are experiencing the leverage of the universe, the leverage of the power of the universe that creates worlds. Take it easy. You don't want to be lazy. You've already decided that that's not a good way to be. And you don't want to be hustling for work all the time either. What we want for you is that you accept that good things are flowing to you and that you deserve them, and that the better you feel, the more likely you are to receive an inclination or an impulse or an inspiration to act. And then when you do receive that feeling, that impulse to act, then take the action. Hello, Abraham. My question is, at times in my life, money and finances have come to me very easily. Over the last 4 to 6 years, that changed. Finances and money have proven to be more difficult. I would like to get back to that place of flow and ease when it comes to finances and money. However, although I feel I'm a very positive person in most scenarios, things keep deteriorating as far as my finances go. I understand the need to relax and do nothing. I understand I need to get into alignment. I also understand that I need to feel how I would like to feel right now, and I do consciously work on that every day. I also have bills to pay and family to take care of, so taking the time and not finding ways to earn money feels negligent to my responsibility. Sometimes it would feel good to you if you could just take a week or a month or a year off, apart from having to accomplish anything, and just get yourself all tuned up so that your attraction is easy. But of course, as you've pointed out, you can't stop living, and you can't stop having a family, and you can't stop wanting money to satisfy your obligations and so forth. So sometimes it feels like it's asking a lot of yourself to figure it out at the same time that you're in the middle of whatever you're in the middle of. But it's all right. It really is all right. You know mostly what to do. You said all the right things. You know that you want more ease and flow, and you know that you want to relax, and you know you want to find the feeling place of it. And that's really the thing that we most want to say to you about this. Because you cannot get to where you want to be from a place that feels the opposite. It really doesn't matter what the situation is or what the question is about, whether is it about your financial situation or a relationship or your work or your physical body. The thing that we most want you to hear is that when we say to you, you can't get there from where you are, what we mean is there has to be a shift in your vibration before you begin to let in what you've been asking for. And that shift in your vibration is indicated by the way you feel. So the question is, when you feel that your financial situation has been deteriorating, and then you are feeling the subsequent emotions of worry or fear around it, those emotions are letting you know that you're in a vibrational place that is not letting in the very things that you are asking for. So that's what's got to change. We want you, for a little while, to not be trying to figure out what action to take or what to do in order to rectify this situation. Instead, we want you to hear us when we say, the only thing that has to change is the way you feel. So your work is to talk to yourself in ways that make you feel better, to look for evidence in your life of things that are working. And if you can find evidence in your life specifically upon the topic of financial things, that's even better. If you can't, then get it from some other subject. For example, let's say that you've just been focusing on how things have been deteriorating. In other words, things have been getting worse. Well, that's thoughts that accomplish momentum in the opposite direction of what you're wanting, or in the opposite direction of what would be beneficial to you. So you have to find a way to find a thought which is a vibration, which will produce an emotion that feels better. You could look in your current existing situation for them. We call it selective sifting. Or you could look to a former time You could become more general, and you could change the subject altogether. If you change the subject altogether, that would go something like, well, while I'm not attracting right now as productively as I would like to relative to finances, my life is good in so many ways. I am a good attractor. Or, I do understand the laws of the universe. I understand the law of attraction. And I am able to focus myself often in ways that bring me what I want. I do it all the time, or I see it all the time. Or, being a little less general and a little more specific and selectively sifting, you could say something or focus in this way. I have the ability to manage the in and out of my finances. I can increase what comes in and I can decrease what goes out just by paying a little better attention. That might make you feel better. You could say something to yourself such as, I don't have to figure this out all at once. And the fact that I can feel the discomfort of this negative emotion is also a good sign, because it means that I'm aware of my guidance that is letting me know when I am holding away from me rather than letting into me the things that I am wanting. I am figuring this out, and I do believe that things will get better. I like knowing that I can soothe myself. I like looking for the positive aspects of my financial flow, even if I have to look back a while at a time when things were going a little bit better for me. I can find the feeling place of more prosperity. And I do understand that finding the feeling place of more prosperity is the only thing that I have to do. Right now, my job is not to find the mechanism or the work or the avenue of the money. My work is to find the feeling of more prosperity. And I can do that. And as you do that, you'll notice immediate results. The universe is not withholding from you. It's you being aware that you're causing what the universe is yielding not to come into you. And this self-soothing is the work. It's the only work.